Hello then, welcome back to some more Disco Elysium. In the last episode what we did was we went through and did a bunch of checks. We're going to do the same thing today. We're going through and doing all the checks we can do to try and persuade people to do different things and so on.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Let's try and suggest this.
It's really in her best interest to listen to you. You know how the world works.
Perhaps some financial conversation will change your mind? No. This way Mr. Said Place needs the construction project.
I've heard that pitch before plenty. Building this, building that, new jobs, new blood. Somehow the people here always end up holding the short end of the stick.
We could try to ask Evot to pay some money.
Were you dropped on the head as a kid? You can't live off a pittance for long. Do you know who takes the cream of these deals? Real estate developers, construction companies, restaurant owners, clerks, accountants in La Delta. Have some integrity. You're an officer of the law, not some fat slug's corrupt little crony.
It's okay. She's emotional right now. Keep at it. We're around. You know, there could be another way. You need to go someplace private and discreet, though, like your shack.
Hey, let's try that. Can I forge her signature?
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see
Let's
the
try and
reflection
stop the
of your face
expression.
in it. It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Let the mirror be for now.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough circle.
Can't do that because I fucked that up too.
The bed is comforting.
Right, so I've not done well on the skill check so far, and this is what I was worried about, that I'm going to get stuck because I can't achieve anything. It does feel a little bit shitty when you can't pass anything. But then if this was me playing in real life, I'd just restart the game until I did pass it, because I don't care. But I do care about the integrity-ish of this, so... Composure legendary. Alright. Alright, that's fine. Let's go and try and find the bug catchers. I forget exactly where they are. Aren't they like super far down the left? As far left as you can go. Yeah, hello. It's impossible to get far going near this ocean.
Hello, hello. What can I do for you, officer?
Lily seems pretty eager for you to return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps.
Okay.
My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
He looks South Berlin, should be.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Won't let Lena down. Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the Phasmid somehow.
I didn't know the Phasmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 40th century, and it's hers.
Really? She sighted the Phasmid? She didn't tell me that.
Yes. That's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious Phasmid.
Suffice to say, It's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Another cough into his fist this time. Okay, I understand. I don't give up on things either.
Good. A good quality to have. Both for a police officer and an experimental zoologist.
I could go for some trap setting.
What if we check the traps for you?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Cryptozoology and detective work are very similar.
Yes, indeed. Both require a great deal of research, attention to detail, and, above all, persistence.
Where are these traps?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them,
He gestures the trap in front of him.
you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture?
Pursuit of knowledge is its own justification.
Is it?
He doesn't look too convinced that the small shrug indicates why not. What do I do if there's a phasmid in one of the traps?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
Why encounter the phasmid in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Lay it on me thick. He dusts you with the odd-smelling spray, double helping as you present your other armpit and then gives you a satisfied nod.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
He looks at the lieutenant with disdain, then puts the spray back in his pocket. I'm ready, let's get to it.
Right. Which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
No, I'll get going. Cheers. Alright.
Hello again. Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I can't wait to get out of here.
Do you know anything about
Oh.
this?
So you do know.
No. Nothing.
He
Okay.
didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here.
You
No,
cryptozoologist
no.
too?
I help. Yes, officer?
You were
Not
supposed to
many-
see the
Do you
lieutenant.
remember
Lieutenant?
how when we met Measurehead and I said the next racist will be the really good one?
Yes.
Well, this is that racist.
I don't know, I like the previous racists better.
Hey, man. All I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact.
Yeah, what are they doing, that sale of theirs? Scheming?
The lieutenant looks up at you, almost sadly.
Oh, no. Nothing like that. Definitely not scheming.
I just wanted to break him. Just get him some information out. I promise I'm not racist, Kim. I've just got to do these different things to get the police work. You got to trap them in their own logic, you see. And then when they expose themselves, you go, ha-ha! You fool! On the little peninsula south of here, it's not very far, he said. And then there's one by the concrete. A black swallow circles above you, hear it chirp. And then there's one in the near the slope. And then there's one in the northeast. The very, very northeast. Sounds of life in the north. The washboard scrubs filth from fabric. Here's one. Okay, so they're quite obvious. Good.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Let's have a look around.
The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. You see slabs of concrete north. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song. Louder on this part of the coast. Nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold.
Let's reach for the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap. Confused, but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
I'm no need to grin. I'm not expecting to find anything. I'm just helping some citizens getting some fresh air.
I meant no offense. Just...
The lieutenant doesn't know how to finish the sentence. He looks at you putting the trap back on the ground. You don't have to be so happy about it. I'm just doing my job, Kim, you little shit. But I'm not offended. The ice just cracks. Just off the coast, crackles and shifts. I don't really mind. I just find it interesting. Right, so he said south, not very far. On the little peninsula. Maybe it's down here. Maybe I went too far already. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Oh. Thank you. There it is.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds. Another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place.
Look around.
Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidently.
Reach for the trap.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
The lieutenant takes a note more out of habit than duty. How are you enjoying the cardio, Lieutenant? I'm quite enjoying it myself.
Always up for a good job. Otherwise, would I still be on this case with you?
He smiles and raises his collar. It's windy. Indeed. See, I know the game is very good at going into these discussions. I wish I could go even further and say racist things and then try and, you know, explain why I'm doing it. Oh, get back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so I could say things that are considered a bit rough and then explain why I did it.
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water.
Wait, I can't see anything interesting.
You don't have a reason to. Yet.
What is this about?
Nothing. Just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you there, by the old boy bobbing in the water. Time to go.
So he thinks, there's my inner psyche says there's something interesting there, but not yet. And I always trust my inner psyche on these things. So he said, past the church, by the old radio tower, in the northeast, on Land's End. But it won't be on the wood, because there's no point for it to be on the wood. Kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. Ah, speaking of challenging things.
An old door, worn by elements.
Let's do it.
Guards, you rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight.
Shit.
It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut.
The door's shut tight. How can we get in there?
We don't get in there.
Come on, we even got in the light bending guy's container. You're saying we can't get in here?
Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every single door.
No. We've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors. We're cops. That's our perk. Even Everard knew that's a part of our MO.
Okay, I can live with this.
What else is there to do? Not accepting isn't going to bring the fire brigade in.
He looks at the door with a rueful smile. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me. Obvious that you can't open every single door in existence. Probably missed something by not going against it, but that's what I would do in this situation. I would be like, oh, well, of course I can't open the door. What are you, stupid? Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. Brand Tiamut Theory. You take a mental note. Tiamut Theory sounds important somehow. Hello.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist.
Look around.
The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the Cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year.
Reach the trap.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we are done.
You getting tired, mate?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
You're short-winded. The sentence ends there. No, I know you're not complaining. I'm just asking, are you tired, bro? I'll help you out if you're tired. We don't need to go like this forever. We can accept that the door should not be opened. Cannot be opened. If Kim says we can't open it, then we can't open it. I would try, though. It's another one of those things I'd re-roll over and over again until I got it. But I'm serious when I say I'd re-roll everything. Which kind of breaks the point of the game, which is why I'm not doing it. Okay. Final one.
This is the last of the traps. The one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality.
Look around.
The reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
Let's reach the trap.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here.
Okay.
No locust. No phasmid either, but still.
Look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked the trap up and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Actually, I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
You're right, but they still need to know.
Okay, but after that we get back to our own assignments. There is no justification for this detour at this point of our investigation. We have a lot of work to do back in town.
Okay. This place will be important at some point. Anyway, let's go to the church and try and do those things as well. Because I need to at least try. There's no downside to trying. Just have to pump points into things to fix it if it doesn't work. And I've got 1 point to pump into, or did I use it on a thought? I might have used it on a thought. Now I've got 2. Okay, so I can do different things if I need to. So my perception right now is +1. Which I think is as high as I can make it. This is a white check, so I can retry it. Here we go.
All you hear
Damn
is
it.
your own breathing, heavy and hoarse from
I've
all
rolled,
the nights
again,
spent
almost as
drinking.
bad as you can
It's
roll.
the breath of an old man. But there's something else. There has to be. Something big. Something unexpected. Something new. Yet to be discovered. Ghosts. Speak to me. When was the last time this world had anything new to say?
Well, did you hear anything?
I'm not sure. There seems to be something there, but I couldn't really make it out.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's anything there.
Her voice is a bit of a disappointment.
The lieutenant looks down at the floor, as if to say, you're wasting time here. Maybe the speed freaks can help you with this. Go talk with Andre.
Okay. I need your help, buddy. I can't hear with my ability to hear. I need a higher ability to hear the silence. Right. Just give me 1 sec, Kim. I'll be right back. Part of nasal sprays, brand name Nosafed Ultra.
The large-headed youth has closed his eyes.
Good morning! Yeah! Pump
Yeah.
it up! Pump it up! Pump it up!
Hi again. So, how are things going?
I wanted to ask you about this temple of equipment.
Yes. What?
What's with all the Nosafed?
The what now?
He leans into you better. The Nosafed Ultra, you have a lot of it lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra. We,
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
You sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Can I have some? I have some nose problems too.
Sure. Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away.
He
Enough.
nods
Enough of this.
enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
I'm here to talk about the church again.
Yes? What's
I'm
the
making
deal?
progress in the church. But it's slow going. There's a hitch in Suna's research.
What kind of a hitch?
She's trying to catch an anomaly using a special microphone setup, but she can't hear the audio coming through her headphones.
An audio shortfall, you say? Guess what? We got speakers with massive low end. There's a good chance it can do it.
The other speed freak points his thumb towards the speaker in the back.
They've got one speaker. One. Uno.
I think we've found a solution.
We've got some serious range on this baby. It'll blast her shoes off. Believe me.
Okay,
Goodbye.
that's it for now. Okay. So I'll go tell Suna that I think I've got a solution. It involves using their big speaker to increase the low end range, in which case we can hear the more guttural sounds that the silence might be making. Which is in itself a strange thing to say, but that's fine.
The silence. Don't you hear it?
No?
Exactly.
Okay. Alright, let's go back. I don't know how far through the game I am. Probably not very. But maybe further than I think. I guess it depends on how much you want to do the main story quickly. Hello.
Yes, what is it?
Perception of hearing. Okay, I'd really like to get this to work. So let's increase our perception one time. It's 72%. It's higher.
Everything disappears.
Beautiful.
You are draped
And
in
I needed to
silence
do
like
it.
a drowning man staring into his puny little headspace.
Because well, actually, if I got 4, 11, yeah, I would have had exactly enough, but I didn't know that at the time. Everything disappears. You're draped in silence like a drowning man staring into his puny little headspace.
And then the pressure changes.
What does it mean?
It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference in the atmosphere, a weather change hanging in the air. What if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it?
Sooner. What if we just need a better sound system?
A better sound system? Alright, but where would we get one?
Suddenly, a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing a small patch of decorative stucco to crumble onto the wooden floor.
They should really allocate some renovation funds to this place.
Murmurs the lieutenant, inspecting the damage done to the arabesques.
No. What they really should do is shut down the disco men for disturbing neighborhood peace.
Yes, but they could help with the speakers.
You mean the speed freaks?
She closes her eyes as more dance music invades the holy silence of the sanctuary.
Of course. The speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. And you think they would help me?
They would if you wouldn't mind them moving in with you.
I guess I could live through a week or two of peaceful coexistence.
Great, I'll go talk to them then.
Sure. Let me know how it goes. Thanks, officer.
You're welcome. Don't run, don't run. Don't run in the holy place, I remembered that. I don't think anything would happen, but, you know, don't want to go through the floorboards. Into a 6-foot drop. Alright, lads. Great news. If you help with the sound system, she'll coexist with you, you can do what you need to do. Didn't tell her about the drugs. Full of holes, could be posts, hide treasure. Look inside. Could be treasure. 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 It's only small change, but it's still change. Oh, yes. Thank you, Perception, for giving me more things to look at. Yeah, okay. I'm still quite a ways away from a level up, but let's talk to the lads. Oh, yeah. Oh, smells like sweat and laundry detergent plus a trace of ether.
Hi again.
Right, lads.
So, how are things going?
I'm going to talk about the church.
What's the deal?
Good news. I managed to convince Suna she's okay with you guys moving in, but on one condition. She needs your speakers for her project.
We are grateful, Copman. You're an augury of a new era of Nordic dance music.
Speed Freak smiles, happier than he has ever been before. You're going to have to share space for a couple of weeks until she gets her research finished.
That's fine. We can manage.
He grins excited.
And you haven't changed your mind about our little side business, have you?
I'm a man of my word.
All right. It's going to take us a bit to move our stuff inside. A couple of hours, maybe. Come check back later.
He moves to the Speed Freaks. Let's move in, okay? So is he going to transport me a few hours? No. The tent's gone. They've all gone. And I don't mind about the little drug making business. They need to do what they need to do. Thank you. Drop some money on the ground. Check up on Suna's project after Ravers have moved in. Visit the nightclub after Ravers have moved in, which will be a few hours. Okay. So, in the meantime, now that I've got a bit more perception, is there anything else I need perception for? Perception sight, that's going to be heroic, so it's going to be pretty hard. I could put another point to something to fix one of my other things I can't do. I know what I need. I need suggestion. Because I need to be able to convince the old woman of going into the signing the document so that I can talk to Everard and he can say yes, very good. There may be other suggestions I can do anyway. Click the wrong buttons, it helps if you click the right buttons. Yeah. So we've got 2 suggestions right now. And if I ever need to convince someone of something, it'll be more useful anyway. Hello there.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Nothing right now. It's still only 30%, but at least I've put the point in there, so I might have to do it a few more times, but I'll also see what other things I need to do. For now, let's give our drunken friend another drink and hear another story. If he tells me the same story, I'm going to be upset. So you better fucking not. Went the wrong way. Hello there, sir.
Tequila sunset.
You got any more stories?
I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my drift.
He spins the bottle in his hand, not a single drop of liquid remains. I've got some sweet Commodore Red.
Classy.
He snatches the bottle and pushes the cork in through the bottleneck.
The tale I'm about to tell you is an urban legend particular to Martinez.
He lifts the bottle to his lips.
I first heard it from a former bicycle courier in Koran. There are many variations on the basic story, and the details often conflict. What everyone agrees on is that nobody knows the exact nature or identity of the phenomenon.
Are you telling the story of the headless?
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. Summer of 44. 17-year-old Gertrude Hett is walking home from a late shift at the harbor. It's almost midnight. She stops for a cigarette near the canal.
You got a smoke on you? If yeah, you should light up. Help set the scene.
Our heroine finds herself enjoying the peace and quiet the canal provides.
He looks up to the skies as if searching for peace himself.
What she doesn't know is that her peace is about to be shattered. From behind her comes the clattering of hooves. Startled, she turns around, and what does she see?
I don't know, what?
A headless man, wearing a found tracksuit, riding a horse. That's right, it's the Headless Found Rider. Rumored to be searching for his legendary found cap that went missing when he lost his head.
Whoa.
Woe is right, my friend. Gertrude Hett may have been the first to witness the Headless Found Rider, but she wasn't the last. Oh no.
Tell him about the 2 feminists by the locks.
Fuck, Rosemary, they were dating. No one said they were feminists. Everyone always misremembering this stuff.
This wouldn't be the De Ponte Delgado case, would it?
What? You know it?
I've read the case file. But please, go on.
Right. Early autumn of 46. Ula de Ponte and Eva Delgado are fishing near the waterlock long after the sun has set. The wind picks up. A sky already dark now blackens. Water starts falling from above. The first cold rain of the season. The women are caught in the downpour. They act quickly. Eva gathers the rods whilst Ula turns around to reach for the tackle box.
Don't turn around. Don't turn around.
When she sees something, her shriek is so violent that the residents of the nearby apartment building believe lightning has struck. But there is no lightning. only a heavy downpour and the silhouette of the headless Faun Rider looming on the horizon. Ula makes a run for the shore, but Eva slips on a wet rock and disappears into the cold, cold canal with nary a sound. Her body is never recovered.
He looks you straight in the eye. What did the case file say?
Naturally, Ula de Ponte became the prime suspect in the disappearance of Eva Delgado. De Ponte maintained that it was the so-called headless Faun Rider and that she ran, fearing for her life.
He adjusts his glasses.
During the investigation, it became apparent that there was a love triangle, the third party being some small-time businessman. I don't remember the exact details. The leading theory was that an argument broke out on the jetty and De Ponte pushed Delgado into the canal, then cooked up this stupid cover story.
Was she arrested?
No. She committed suicide before she could be taken into custody. They found her in the bathroom with a rifle, her face slowly peeling off the ceiling.
Jesus.
Not a pretty scene.
Man, that's some grisly detail. Oh well. Here's to another case closed.
He takes a hearty swig from his bottle.
Anyway, that's the story of the headless Faun Rider. Pretty crazy, huh?
I've already seen some weird shit on this case. A headless jockey in a tracksuit fits right in.
Hard to argue with that, I suppose.
That's the reality situation for you. You think you got a handle on it, then blam! It throws some wild shit at you. That's why it's critical to stay well hydrated.
Who was the headless rider before he died?
Well, Tequila, that's part of the legend. No one knows for sure. There are a couple of possibilities, though. Some say he was an undercover cop who blew his cover and got beheaded by the vicious gang he had infiltrated. Now he rides, searching for his lost found cap, plotting revenge. Others claim he was a professional jockey who veered off course during a steeplechase, ended up in somebody's backyard, and got decapitated by an exceptionally taut clothesline.
Even decapitation couldn't stop his commitment to the sport. Are you that committed?
Personally, I think he was just some guy who hanged himself from a really tall tree, and the fall was so violent that his head came clean off. Coincidentally, at that exact moment, a horse happened to pass under him, and his beheaded corpse mounted it, where it remains to this day. But then, no one really knows.
For some reason, this does strike you as the most plausible theory of them all.
None of those really sound plausible, to be honest.
Like you could do better, Tequila. Anyway, to each his own. You want to hear any other stories?
That's nothing. I got an even crazier story.
Yeah? Why don't you go eat shit, Tequila? There's no way you know a better one than that.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Nothing comes to mind.
Damn right it doesn't. So why don't you just shut up and leave it to the master?
Okay, whatever became of the headless Faun Rider?
No one knows.
Oh.
Some say he stalks Martinez to this day, and can be seen near the canal when the clock strikes midnight.
He makes a spooky gesture with his free hand.
He won't, though, because it's just a stupid legend.
Aye. I saw him one night when I was right shit-faced.
Have you got any more urban myths?
I actually do have one. The strangest of them all. But I'll need to fortify myself before I can tell that one. Do you have anything to fortify old Doom Spiral? Tell me you got some story juice.
Yeah, I've got a potent pilsner.
Not much, but it will do. This last one is the most Martinez story I've ever heard.
He takes an almost comically long swig. Thus fortified, he continues.
I've never heard it mentioned outside of here. At first, I thought it was a joke, to be honest. But I've been on the coast 8, 9 months now, and in that time I've seen at least 3 expeditions come through, searching for something.
Okay, what kind of expeditions?
All kinds. I've seen archaeologists, gangsters, even a bunch of ad agency types. I'm telling you, Tequila, this thing's got a pull on certain kinds of people.
What exactly are we talking about here?
Some of those expeditions come back after a week or so, looking haggard and dejected. Others don't return at all. The first time I saw one of these expeditions, I thought they were fucking with me. There was no way it could be true. It was just too high concept, even for me.
Wait. There's no way. It can't be. Or can it?
I'm not even sure I should be telling you this story, to be perfectly honest. You're in a fragile state, and it might be too much for you to handle.
I can handle it.
Okay, fine, I'll tell you. But I'm warning you, it's pretty out there. Our story begins at a legendary design studio, right here in Martinez. There was this designer. His exact name is lost to history, but in life, he was a legend. Made it big in Aranya, where he did some real pioneering work on grotesque and sans serif typography. A fucking genius, man. That is, if he even existed. Who knows? It's an urban legend, after all.
He existed, all right. You feel it deep within your basal ganglia. He was as real as you are.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about...
Anyway, sometime later he started his own personal studio here in Martinez. And that's when he started working on some really wild stuff. I'm talking some glass-smooth, forward-looking design language, the kind of thing that would totally overthrow the old regime, design-wise.
A paradigm-shattering revolutionary?
But then something turned. You see, it's widely known that nose candy and pioneer graphic design work go hand in hand.
So what happened to him?
You've got to understand, the work this guy was doing was so high concept that regular amounts of cocaine just weren't cutting it. By the end, they were bringing it in by the lorry load. Now, as you might imagine, snorting that much cocaine can't be healthy for a regular human, right?
Right. Wrong. Do it all the time.
All the time?
All day, baby.
Hey, Tequila, pay attention.
Sorry.
The story goes that one day he was balls deep in work on what he thought would be his pièce de résistance, an advert so minimal it contained neither text nor images, just pure white.
Okay.
Apparently the idea was too high concept even for this genius. He dropped dead right at his desk before he could finish. His last words are recorded to have been, "It's as white as a blizzard of cocaine."
What a loss for the world of design.
I know, Tequila. I know.
Takes a swig, considers pouring some out for his lost genius, but thinks better of it.
But the story doesn't end there. Supposedly, when they performed the autopsy, the coroner discovered nearly 1/4 kilo of coke jammed into his nasal cavity.
That's almost certainly anatomically impossible. Wrong again, nerd. Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right. 250 grams of blow had accumulated in there over the years. We're talking high-grade Saramaritsian pure. Not that cut-rate shit your grandma does. There are those who believe the designer was buried with this 1/4 key of nose candy still lodged in his sinuses. That's what those expeditions are looking for.
The cocaine skull.
The cocaine skull.
The cocaine skull.
And why do people think the skull is here in Martinez?
Here's the kicker. This designer, this lead designer of a world-famous design studio, was born in Martinez. A local boy, Martin Martinez. That's why he brought his studio here, back to where it all began. And that's why they buried him here, too. Perhaps right under Ab's pipe there.
He points to the pipe.
Or probably further down the coast, or in some yard in Martinez proper. A hidden mausoleum, no one knows exactly.
No, my grandma always told me his grave lay somewhere on the islets on the bay.
This is ludicrous and physically impossible. Sinuses can contain that amount of anything.
Now, detective. Always the skeptic. My only question is, where does one get a shovel?
What do these expeditions plan to do with it?
The archaeologists say they want to put it in a museum, the gangsters say they want to sell it on the black market, and the ad agency guys say they're seeking inspiration.
Bullshit. They just want to snort it. But you could beat them to it, Harry. You could snort the magic skull cocaine instead.
I'm pretty sure they all just want to snort it, though.
And why wouldn't they, eh? Sounds like right strong stuff.
What have you learned from the other expeditions?
They're pretty vague about it in general. The gangsters like to claim they're looking for the grave of a friend, with picks and shovels. The archaeologists act all official about it, saying they're conducting serious research. Honestly, I think they're not really scientists, just rich. The junkies, for some reason, are pretty upfront about it. They just say they're looking to snort some blow out of a dead man's nasal cavity.
Honest men on an honest quest. You should join them.
By now, I'd say I know about as much about it as anyone on the coast.
Okay, I'm convinced. Let's go find it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on just a minute. Finding it right now is literally impossible.
What?
Why?
For one, the way is blocked by that big lorry that says Delta Logistics Company on the side. You definitely have to search the area behind that lorry too, yet it is impassable. And second, outfitting an expedition like that is expensive. It'd have to be a big production to do the cocaine skull justice. You need new gear, people who know what they're doing, all kinds of provisions. It's just not feasible within the economic and temporal frame of our current setup. Matter of fact, unless a bunch of money just falls out of the sky, we might never know what's up with that skull.
I have to agree. We barely have what we need to solve the case we've got now. We can't afford to run around chasing after quasi-mythical pieces of drug paraphernalia. Besides, it would look extremely bad for the RCM to be caught up in something that has the word cocaine writ large on it. The PR is tricky on this.
Damn, that's too bad.
Wait. Maybe there's another way. Maybe up around the coast. Don't give up now.
Yeah, well, that's the reality situation for you. Who knows, though? Maybe someday we'll get our chance.
Any more stories you can tell?
Not that I can think of, currently.
I guess that makes sense. You've been drinking a lot.
That might be the case. Yes.
Be seeing you, buddy. Okay. I'll see you guys next time when I go look up this coast and see if I can find the cocaine skull. See you then. Goodbye.